This audiobook was compiled by pillreader.com. The title is The Alpha Male Mindset. Here is the post. Your mindset is the state in which your mind operates. It is intricately intertwined with your behaviors and beliefs. What most people don't understand is that one's mindset is never in a static state. Everyone has the ability to change the way they perceive and act upon their world. Mindset is strongly linked with frame. Your mindset is the intentions behind your actions. Your frame manifests when these intentions meet the actions of others. Does it budge when sex is at stake? This is a great measure of your commitment to your values and boundaries. A man that lets people walk over him has a poor frame, and likely has poorly defined boundaries in his life. He lacks a strong mindset behind his actions. His mindset is that of don't offend others, put others first, and maybe they will like me. On the other hand, a man that makes his own decisions will not be budged when his girlfriend whinges. She will cry that he spends too much time on his business. He will say, "This is my ambition, my dreams come before you." The mindset of responsibility. You'll often hear people shriek "that offends me," and expect others to shift their behavior. They operate under the belief that their feelings are static. Unfortunately, they may go their entire lives without ever encountering this life-changing wisdom bite. No one can ever harm you without your consent. For those that don't immediately grasp this statement, let me explain. You have a much greater control over your world than you actually realize. We often operate in a passive, reactive state of being. So much so, that our reaction seems locked in place. The truth is, when encountering offense from others, you can choose how you perceive it and how you react to it. For example, someone calls you fat and you are offended. Why? Because you allowed yourself to be confused? Second example, someone calls you fat. You know you are not fat. In fact, you are proud of your body. Are you still offended? The difference between these two cases is the perception of the victim. In the first instance they were offended because they allowed the insulter to impact their world. They valued someone else's opinion before consulting their own. In the second instance they held the opposite stance. Their priority was their own belief. They valued their own approval over the approval of others. Now, this choice is not a conscious "oh, that could hurt, I won't feel anything." No, it's the result of a different mindset. A mindset where you are the center of your world. A mindset of benevolent selfishness. The central tenet of this mindset is the freedom of choice. Once you realize the full extent of your control, you can truly start living. It is incredibly refreshing meeting someone with this mindset. They are confident and secure, often optimistic, and above all, they are happy. These people have found the secret in living well. It's not about having a comfortable life, it's about seeing the big picture and living within your own world. People today take joy in crying victim. Whether it's blaming someone else for not getting a job, blaming their family for their upbringing, or blaming their genetics for their lack of success in life. Being a victim affords you a special power, the power of relinquishing responsibility. In our sphere, or countersphere, you will often hear the battle cry victim blaming when met with any suggestion of personal responsibility. No, a victim is not responsible for a crime, but if you don't want to be eaten by sharks, then don't go swimming. It is incredibly countercultural, and attractive to women, to take responsibility, not only for your actions but also for your thoughts. You can choose what to think and how to be affected by others. Recently there was a surge of posts on the red pill, of men from minority backgrounds complaining of the poor lot of life against them. As expected, they were met with the brutal truth of the pill. Stop complaining and get out there and build. You can choose to be a victim of cultural biases, you can choose to blame your victimhood for your lack of success. But for every man that cries oppression, I can point to someone from the same background, with the same ailment, with the same poor lot in life, that is successful. Choosing to be the victim gets you nowhere. You become infected with the shallow sense of security that not trying is better than trying and failing. Let's now consider our mindset when pursuing women. The mindset of adventure. The quick fix approach for pursuing women is that of the pickup artist. You spend your nights studying them. You learn where to touch and what to say. You change how you text, how you talk, how you move. Following months of approaching, rejection, and revision, you finally get one. You seduce her until victorious in your conquest. Laying next to her, your thoughts slip into the night. Was it all worth it? You are a dog that performs tricks for treats. You don't actually enjoy seducing her, it is just a means to an end. Underneath the guise of seduction, you are the same simple man from the beginning. Yes, you have learned some cool tricks. But at the end of the day, do you want the girl, or do you want to be fulfilled in life? You have two paths here. Learn pickup artist tricks to convince a girl you're someone else in order to bed her. Or change yourself from within and have the girl, and many others, naturally fall in love with you. Or, more simply, they are either trick women into temporarily believing you have a high SMV, or get a high SMV. Men are drawn to seduction techniques because they crave the intimate validation of sex. They see women as the ultimate cure for their lifelong neediness and endeavor for validation. As you may have experienced, such a quest ultimately results in the perpetuation of a vicious cycle. These men will never be satisfied with their next conquest. They live for their next injection of validation, underwhelmed as they lie in bed next to their latest lover, wondering why they still feel so hollow. Women will never complete them. No one is going to fill this need for validation. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you get out of this cycle. How? The red pill encourages men to throw away their need for feminine validation. The only validation you should seek is that of your own. You are free to travel the world, climb mountains, surf waves, meet interesting people and live however you want. You don't need to count your life worth in Facebook likes. You don't even have to tell anyone of your adventures. The point is that the only affirmation you seek is your own. What is your adventure? Every satisfied and attractive man is on an adventure. They have a dream, an ambition, a reason to live. Whether it be traveling around the world to find the best surf spot, mastering his salsa dance skills, or maintaining a website reviewing mountain climbs in his state. These men have a reason. What do you do with your life? Do you sit on Reddit, jerk off and play Xbox all day? Do you live your life by the choices of others? As Puck says, you will die forgotten and irrelevant. The mindset of value. With the mindset of adventure comes the mindset of ambition. What do we mean? Let's turn to Puck. If you are not changed by life, then you are not living life. Only those who are not altered by life are those totally unaware of it. Meaning, once you value the adventure of life, you will make moves to maximize it. A man that lives a life for himself invests in himself. He is his own greatest asset. He will get up 2 hours before work to spend time on his side business because he values the return. He is ambitious in his goals. He sets high standards for himself and makes moves to achieve them. This is a mindset of adding value. The more value you can put into life, the more value you will get out of it. Take a look at yourself and consider where you could best add value. Some examples include lifting, doing extra study or training for your career, learning about investing to gain some passive income, starting your own business, start freelancing with your career skills, buy a new wardrobe full of clothes that reflect your style and ethic. Change. Do, then think. The crux of this process relies on your actions. You can think all you want, but your actions shape much of your thoughts. This is the reason we advocate lifting when beginning your red pill journey. Lifting builds your confidence, responsibility and goal-setting skills. Take some time away. Whether a road trip by alone to a town nearby, hiking through a forest, or spending some time near the beach. The point is to get away from your normal routine. Use this time to think in solitude. Choose. Choose your path in life. Choose who you want to be. Choose what you want to do. Let yourself explore your options. Maybe a new sport you've always wanted to try. Maybe an instrument you've always wanted to play. Maybe a place you've always wanted to live. Do it for yourself. Don't think, what sort of person can I be that people will like? No, ask yourself, if I could be anyone in the world, who would I be? This is the first step to fulfillment. As long as you care what people think of your personality, you are limited in the man you can be. What they will think. The first steps will come slow, but you will see progress as you pick up pace. You will find yourself reacting to situations with a different perspective. You will also notice reactions of others. They likely won't approve of your changes. Previously they kept you in a convenient box. They knew who you were and had a finger on your world. Your growth may also make them feel insecure. This is because they measure their worth based on their position to others, a great example of a toxic mindset. This is a great opportunity to choose how you respond. Smile and brush it off your shoulder. Let them blow balloons of hot air, it does you no harm.